Hello, hi guys, welcome back to the Football Showdown channel. We are back with a new stream this time. The Premier League has been on fire. We have exactly 1 hour 30 minutes to stream today. No bullshit, no nothing. Let's get into it right now, right? So if you guys have to all the people who have already joined us, thank you so much for all the people who have joined us, especially the FPL. Right now we have 153 people. I promised, even if this stream thing doesn't continue, for sure there will be a jersey giveaway end of the season, like I promised. So I don't want to go back in that. And top of that, I do want to make sure that I don't come off wrong in the following days, because a lot of pent up anger, a lot of pent up frustration personally in life has been going on in weird ways. So if I do come up wrong on social media, if you guys follow me, I'm sorry in advance. I don't hope to make this as a reason to why I'm being a fool uh, or an idiot online. So yeah, I just hope I don't come off in the wrong way. I do have reasons, but I just hope that this doesn't become a reason for me to become or to be an idiot going forward. So yeah, let's talk football. That's why we are here, not to listen to me say some random life things, which is something I'm not comfortable with. But I just thought, might as well clear it up with you guys. I would take this draw with all my body. For real, real occasion, you would honestly take this draw. I though was genuinely frustrated with the draw. I didn't think it was something. Uh, it was bound to happen unless. See, the lineup was so frustrating to see for me personally. I know it was a very similar lineup to Bilbao. I do know we won there. But the fact is that in that match, we had a creator in that team, like Eze, right? In this, we didn't have anyone except Noni Madueke. In that match, we had Noni and Eze to create something for us. In this match, we had nothing. And on top of that, Noni got injured at the same time, and we did not have Eze. We were lacking creativity of any sorts in that team, right? And then what has happened? We go into our shell. We tend to, we somehow overcommitted ourselves initially, and that's what has happened, right? For all the concurrent viewers who are joining us, yeah, we're talking about the Arsenal versus Man City game that has ended as 1-1. Yeah, I don't want to be crying or whining baby by complaining that we could have won that. See, see, if it was the game like Liverpool, right? I'm not genuinely frustrated that we lost that game because we tried to give it our all. At the same time, it didn't go our way. Whereas this Man City result, right? We could have done it. We could have done so much more. We genuinely could have done so much more. It was not like Man City were like good. They were okayish. Then they went into their low block system that Pep tried to do it this season. We've seen that against United. We have seen that against Arsenal as well. Against United, in spite of leading 2-0, they've gone. They made a lot of substitutions where they have sat back in the second half and then somehow ended up scoring on counter as well, thanks to Haaland. Maybe this was the difference, or this was the thing that Haaland has developed over this period. Thing is that Haaland, I think the last 2.5 seasons, he's built a reputation of being very physical with their defenders and doing well. I think this season he's brought in a dynamic where he can still be as effective without physically dominating the defenders or any play that is on him. Right? I feel he's had that extra yard in him, or giving that space by giving himself some extra yard or space in terms of attacking or even defending. And speaking of defending, I think he's improved his defensive side of game as well. I do not have the stats nor the visuals to back it up, but from clearly watching the game, I felt this was something that has happened in this season. So yeah. Ainsley said, "What do you mean, bro? You all should be winning this thing mentally," and I would have. And this mentality that I would draw is so much like Arteta. Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought if we started Eze in our first half, we would have been so much more better. But yeah, it was honestly very disappointing to see Arteta go with a very defensive team. I do know it is like I always said a few minutes back. Even if this team had an Eze in the first half, like how we did against Bilbao, I think we would have done so much better. But it is what it is. I don't care, to be honest. I think that against top six teams, Arteta plays with fear in his heart. It's often like he doesn't want to concede, and his focus is on that rather than winning the game. Fair enough. I guess, yeah, you are wrong. You could be right in a way. The fact that we do not want to concede at the same time, we do not want to lose. I mean, the fact that we do not want to lose is more important for him rather than we do not want to concede. That is what is making him more conservative in his approach. I guess so. Gyökeres was terrible. Yeah, see, Gyökeres, I do have my thoughts about like how bad he is, but at the same time, you can't fault him completely for the fact that this team didn't create anything for him. And there was another important point: there was nobody to create anything for him. We didn't have Odegaard playing with Gyökeres in like forever. Whenever Gyökeres is available, Eze is also playing. Not really, right? One or two games here and there, you have Eze playing with Gyökeres. But so it's like the team has been built for Gyökeres to not do well with the team that he has. It's like he has to do something by himself to do something. The one goal that he scored in terms of a tap in came from an essay. Where was Eze in the entire first half of the game? On the bench. Why? I do not know. Right? His first goal created by himself. His second goal was a penalty. Third goal created by Eze. So I mean, I think I would not completely blame Gyökeres. I would blame Arteta as well. I'm a huge Arteta fan, but at the same time, when things are not going bad, it is only right to call him out. Right? Whenever he does well, it's fair to call him, to praise him. At the same time, when he's not doing well, it is only fair to call him out, in my opinion. Let's look into the team performance, right? Yeah, Raya, I thought was okay. Okay, we have one more comment. Welcome, Thomas. Arteta made the subs not because he was proactive, but he was one down. That is fair to say, I guess. That is very fair to say. I mean, like looking at the Liverpool game, using that as an indicator, I guess you are fair to say this. Eze at center changed her fate for this one, at least. Fair enough. Absolutely, man. I do have an idea of how he changed it. I'm not sure if I can legally show it on stream and not get copyrighted, right? So, but you are right. You are right. Welcome, Arish. How are you, sir? Uh, Eze should have started, man. I blame Arteta for this loss. No use defending this abysmal decision making. Yeah, I'm not defending it. I'm genuinely not defending. I was genuinely pissed yesterday. Like, I'm so glad we are streaming today after like what was the time right now? 8 like that. So let's just say um after like 12, 13 hours of the match we are streaming, because yesterday I was genuinely blurting a lot of things that I usually don't on group chats and all that. So yeah, if obviously you are not there on Twitter. If you followed me on Twitter, you can see me like going at it against Arteta and decision making again. But yeah, I'm not defending this at all. Let's get into the team. Raya's performance, what I thought was like as usual. There's nothing that he had to do extraordinarily to save our team. I just felt here and there that his passing could have been much more quicker than needed. I felt he held the ball a lot longer than it was expected of him to. Does this mean completely it is his fault? I do think our midfielders, that is Rice and Zubimendi, didn't create the passing angles for him, nor were our centre backs able to create the passes that were more forward, especially coming from Magalhaes and Saliba. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying that this could be another reason why Raya had to hold the ball longer than what was needed from him, in my opinion. Let's just say. What happened here? Uh, Charles, welcome, Charles, man. Yeah. So what's up? Is there any masala from UK media on how Arteta made Pep look like Stoke City, or is just a different Man City? Small, old one. Okay. I since the moment you said you tell since the moment you put me in my place, especially let me read that comment if I can. Basically, you said that when I'm asking people to not fall for this narrative, why are you falling for it? I kid you not, I've gone off Twitter. I have spent some time enjoying my Sunday, and that's how I spent it. Again, I've been active for the last 2 hours before the stream or something. That's when I woke up after my sleep, and I've not seen much. Obviously, I'm assuming the narrative would be that um, Pep has employed a new style. He's very proactive. He's very malleable. He can change his tactics. And I assume that's how it is because track record says Arsenal and Arteta can never be praised, no matter what the situation is. Right. So do let me know what the media says. Maybe we can have a small chit chat here and there regarding that this stream. Yeah, that's what I thought regarding Raya. Centre back pairing, I don't think Saliba and Magalhaes had bad games. I just don't think they had great games. They had a very decent game. I think their ratings are fairly right. I think Magalhaes should have been a 7, Saliba should have been a 7. Why Saliba got a 7.7? I do not really know. I don't have any justification for that, but I thought both of them as a pairing were decent, not good, not bad, just decent. Did they overcommit themselves for that goal that Man City haters on the counter for? Probably. But was it just them two? Definitely not. The entire team overcommitted themselves in that very moment because um, we had Declan Rice trying to track back. We had Margaret trying to track back, and it was just a whole um, stupid thing. And good for Tijani. He's gone on to that run, put in the ball perfectly for Haaland, and Haaland being Haaland, he scored that goal. So yeah, it almost feels like every time we play Man City, we always have to concede a goal, and that to Haaland has to be the one, and it's not anyone else. Because last season, when we conceded that goal against whom? Yeah, against City at Etihad, it was Haaland who scored first. The one goal that they scored in the Emirates was against Haaland who scored. So it's almost like it's inevitable that Haaland will score and the rest of the things will pan out depending on the situation. So it's like that. Our wing backs, Calafiore, right? I felt he was good defensively. Offensively, I felt he was very erratic, not in a good way this time. Generally, we praise Calafiori for being that maverick who tends to create a lot by himself, tends to make those runs, create those angles for our midfielders, do something that way, right? But as this one time, I felt he was not so good in his offensive runs, especially his overlapping or underlaps, or even those trying to be that extra man in our attack. I felt he was restricted or he kept running into Man City's defenders, or I felt his frustration took the better out of him when he took those shots with his right foot when it was not necessary, when he was trying to gain control and do something out of it. The opposite, the flip side of this argument could be you guys saying that, okay, at least he's taking those shots. Somebody needs to take those shots. You are right. I guess I'm also fair in my own assessment. So I can't really tell how I feel regarding Calafiori's overall performance. I just felt defensively he was good, but while going forward or trying to be in that extra man in attack, he didn't really do well in my opinion. That sequence where the ball bounces like ping pong and leads to transition is just because of overcommitting that made Arteta go into shell again. Again, Haaland scoring same time. Exactly. Exactly. This is exactly how I feel, Charles. It's not like Man City didn't score because we were bad. Man City scored because we made one mistake. And Man City had that kind of team. You just give them one mistake or just any chance, they tend to pounce on it. They're just that effective no matter how bad they are in the league table. Bad in the league table. No matter how bad they could perform overall, right? So that's what, yeah, it is what it is. Coming to our other right back, Timber. I I'm trying to find something good. Can I say good? Maybe it is too much of a thing to say at this point because I thought again he had a very average performance overall. Maybe for the fact that I'm being too, how do we say, very pessimistic with our defense. The fact that we didn't score anything, is that the reason why I'm not trying to find anything good with our defense? Is that what is happening? I do not know. Maybe if you guys, the one content reviews out there with us, maybe you can help us with this as well. You can let us know. What do you think about it? Yeah, because I thought Urine Timber was all right. He did have a good game, a good partnership with Noni Madueke when he was on. I thought here and there the creative side of the team came from the right hand side, and that was only because of the way Noni and Timber linked up. But there were many instances where Timber could have released the ball sooner to Noni, but also that I think I'm very conflicting at this point. I'm like trying to make up multiple points from both sides of the argument. Mm, you know what? I'll just stick to one. I thought Timber was good. Let's just say Noni didn't have a great game like how we saw in the previous four games, right? Okay, that's what I think. Do let us know in the comments if anyone is still out there listening to what I'm saying, right? Do let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. Coming to our midfield, the whole issue with this game has been in the midfield. Yesterday, I had a lot to say. Let us just hope I have the same fire in me to talk about what bullshit has gone on with our midfield, right? Our charts. Let's be, but tell us honestly, if you reflect 5-0, 2-0 wins, do you think we really pleased the eyes for the neutrals even after those wins? I don't think we did. Win or lose, we never looked good on the eye. Fair enough. I think the last time we looked good on the eye was back in 22-23 season because that time we didn't care too much about our defensive stability. We rather looked into outscoring teams, and that's when we looked aesthetically pleasing. These days, or in general, when you score more goals, you tend to look a lot more aesthetically pleasing, right? Never in the defensive ways. It's I think the home team or the team or the fans that support a team that are being defensive or stopping a team to score goals will tend to appreciate a lot more than the neutrals or the people who try to find rage bait stuff in other oppositions will definitely not like such kind of play because you look at PSG. PSG are very good offensively. Defensively, not so great, right? But nobody will talk about it. Why? Because PSG are so good when going forward, especially the way that they change between those front three, especially the way that they create those passes as well, right? So I think it is. I think it's just it is what it is. I have nothing else to say, but yeah. Welcome, sir. How are you? I see your comment on Twitter. Welcome, Wasim. I hope you're doing well. Uh, What did you think regarding the game yesterday? What do you think about yesterday's game? I thought it was Arteta's fault, uh, which is why we ended up drawing and not potentially winning the game. Right? We were talking about the midfield. Midfield. Putting Merino as like stating Merino as a defensive midfield is not something right. At the same time, is he just a centre mid who can be useful in both states of the game, that's defensively and offensively? I don't think so. Because there was a moment in the first half where Merino won the ball in our side of the defense and somehow still holds on to the ball for like too long, where Man City ends up winning back the ball from him. Go tries to take a shot and luckily nothing effective. I think it was a Rodri shot if I'm not wrong, or was it a Tijani shot? Raiders basically. One of these two took the shot, and I was like, "Why the hell did you hold the ball for like too long? You did all the good work to get the ball from Man City, and you ended up trying to dribble past them in our own defense and lose the ball in our own defense. Why?" But if you look on the flip side, when we were trying to attack or trying to hit Man City on the counter, Merino got the ball one or two times. He lays it up properly to Noni or somebody on a left hand side. I don't really remember who exactly it is. I don't rewatch games. So I'm very bad at recalling the exact moments or the exact instances, right? But one instance like really stood out for me was when we won the ball. He laid it off properly without even thinking twice. Should he keep the ball or not? He just won the ball and he just played it off to Noni. We ended up not doing anything from there, but that's what he's good at. So I think expecting the Marine to do well in a team where we have Rice and Zubimendi is fair, assuming that he's been deployed as more as an attacking sentiment, not as a defensive sentiment. You expect this one Rice and Zubimendi to be more on the defensive side of things, and expect Merino to do that. At least that's what I think, right? One second. He played to Tross, I guess. Ah, yeah, exactly. On the left hand side, probably to Trossard. You are absolutely right. And on the right hand side, it was to Noni Madueke. So where was the mistake from here? Probably Arteta deploying Merino in a defensive manner, or is it just that Merino ended up where the ball was needed to be won? That is in a defense. Why did he not lay it off again? It's a Merino issue. Is he the complete fault there? I definitely don't think so. And the fact that people are going on and on and on about Merino being absolutely trash isn't fair. Yes, in the moment you could have said a lot of things. I too felt that he was bad, but not as bad as like how people have said that, oh, he's such a trash player. I don't think he's a trash player. I just think he was not good defensively, which is a recurring thing for him, right? Coming to Zubimendi, I thought Zubimendi was a little bit more imposing than what he was in the Liverpool game, right? The Bilbao game was somewhere he was a lot more imposing than what he was against the Liverpool game. I'm saying Liverpool as a benchmark because that was one of the big games that we've played this season, where I too felt that he went into his shell and was not effective or as imposing as he could be in games that we played against Leeds or Forest or something like that. In this game, I felt he's had moments where he could have done better in terms of finding the passes centrally, where Merino was available or Trossard was available or even Noni was available. Forget that where we had even our striker Jokeris available. Striker available. Arsenal has a striker on the pitch, and yet somehow it felt like we did not play with the striker available on the pitch. It almost felt like we had Kai Havertz on the pitch and we were trying to find him and not Jokeris. I just like wow. Charles, what do you have to say? Interested to know your thoughts on how you compare apples versus apples in this game. How Merino played versus how Bernardo played. How Bernardo Silva played. Interested to know Silva's rating also. I like how you said Bernardo Silva and Merino in the same sentence and not somebody else. I guess you are right in a way. Uh, was Bernardo effective in this game? Not really. But was he? Can we really talk about Bernardo Silva's game, to be honest? Because what did Man City do? I really don't think Man City did much today. It was almost felt like Doku. This one. One second. Let me just get this right. I don't want to get another thing wrong. One second. Let me get this absolutely right. Uh, Let me get this absolutely. Okay, huh. Okay. Foden. Yeah. The fact that the front three, that is Haaland, Doku and Foden were supposedly the ones who were doing something, were the only ones who did something. Because I felt that midfield was non-existent for them. Rodri, I didn't realize Rodri was there on the pitch until he took the shot, and it was a simple save for Raya. I thought Bernardo was very invisible in that entire game. Yes, he did press here and there. Yes, he did have those moments where he got the yellow card by fouling Margulies, or where he was trying to get into our player's head by throwing the ball on Trossard, like how Vijay says here as well, right? So I don't think either of them had a good game. Charles, am I stuck? Yeah, I don't think either of them had a good game. I don't think either of them had a bad game. I think it's only fair to say that Merino was good offensively. At the same time, uh, even this thing, but not. Oops. And even Bernardo was good offensively. None of them were good defensively, like how they were deployed or how they were meant to be. So yeah, my point was if Bernardo didn't create any chance, is it right to expect Merino to create a chance? Oh no 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 no. No. Okay, I don't think people expected this thing Merino to create chances. I just felt fans know how good Merino is offensively, right? Defensively, he's not that great. We all know that. I'm saying, did Mikel Arteta? I'm not saying. I'm asking if Mikel Arteta deployed Merino in a defensive manner and somehow even offensively is contributing, because we all know that Merino was. I mean, we all as in like we fans expected Merino to be that that create a kind of personality in that team when Eze is not on the pitch? Or did we think otherwise and Merino was deployed as a defensive midfielder with Zubimendi and Rice to be that outlet, being that creative outlet or that attacking outlet in that three midfield that is out there? Or is it just that three DMs who are playing in the midfield to contain the team and to go offensively in the second half where you brought in the subs? That's what I really do not know what's in Arteta said. I'm just trying to speculate things out of the things that have happened yesterday. I wish there was a heat map for Merino to actually know where exactly he played. Let me just check sofa score. Maybe we can find out something from there so directly. Why to have this unnecessary conversations on who, where is what, and all that. Finished Italy. No. Let me just search about Arsenal. Arsenal. Okay. We played Man City yesterday. Okay. Jokeris. Oh, Merino. Okay. Let me see if I can share my screen. Hmm. Is it visible for you guys? Charles, why compare players, man? This Twitter ruins your head. Ah, okay, I don't think, yeah. Today is a boring day. Absolutely, man. I don't care. I would take such a boring day, man. I don't care. Okay, let me just see if this. Oh, wait, where is it? Okay, yeah. This is Merino's heat map. He was mostly, majority of the time, he was there on the offensive side of things, and defensively, not so much. You see that, you see the left hand. Okay, my cursor is somehow not visible for you guys, right? In, mm, one second. Okay. On the defensive side of things, wait. Uh, Age label comparison, not career, but their role inside the match is fair. There's nothing to do. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Here, Merino on the defensive side of things, that is where he lost the ball, and that is where Man City hit them on the counter. But you can see the game. Majority of the game, he was there offensively. So when you're saying when the map shows that he's been deployed offensively, you're expecting him to create some chances out there, right? Let's for the sake of comparison, let's look into this one. Even Declan Rice's heat map. What is Declan Rice's heat map? He's everywhere. He's there in the middle of the pitch. He's there on the LCM side of things as well. But majority of his game came from the LHS side, but in the defensive side of things. So to expect Merino to do something when his heat map is majority on the attacking side of things is fair, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Did we? Is it fair to expect Merino to do something offensively? Yes, because look at the heat map. That's where the majority of his game came. Look at Rice. Majority of his game came somewhere central or on the defensive side of things. Yes, offensively he was there on the LCM side of things, and that's where he keeps running and he has a tank to do that. So that's why I think he's also there. As Zubimendi being the lone CDM out there. Let's see if we can have Zubimendi. Okay, Zubimendi is here. You see this? When you compare all three of them, Merino is more on the attacking side of things and on the right hand side. That is why I'm saying maybe he should have been the creative things. And when he came defensively, that's where all these issues came, and that's where we all felt, oh shit, he's the bad. And then we all know that he's not good with the ball. With him facing our own goalkeeper, and we know that he's not good at all when it comes to uh, the defensive side of things. That's what I'm saying. Why did Arteta not bring Madueke? Sorry, why did Arteta not start Eze instead of Merino? Is my biggest question. Okay, if you wanted to start Merino and wanted to have that extra man defensively, fine. Why did you have Trossard starting when Eze was there on the bench? The whole reason why we bought Eze, in my opinion, is to have the left wing option at the same time having an Odegaard option as well. Odegaard is injured. He didn't even make it to the match squad. Why did you not start Eze? Why? That is the big question that everyone wants to know or like is been craving about. Forget the point where we had three midfielders. Having SJ on the bench itself was like, yeah, it is what it is, man. Jokeris is very much in need of supply, bro. Like through balls, etc. Maybe we should provide him. I don't think it's maybe we should be providing Vijay because see, what is the whole point of having a striker who's not good aerially, but good with the ball to his feet and not create anything for him to his feet. The number of crosses we've had into the box and not do anything about it was genuinely frustrating. Yeah, the game say, what is the game? Do I have the stats to show that? Yeah, okay. The game says we had 67 percentage of the ball, and this thing, and Man City had 33 percentage of the ball. What is the point? How much of the time did we create those passes within the back line? How much of that was just sideways? And none of them were like through balls or central progression balls or anything. Why? Whenever we had the balls, we tried to cross it into the box. Do we have a person in the box who's good with heading the ball? No. We have a person who's good with the ball to his feet, or better with the ball on his feet than with his head. What did we do as a team? We kept crossing the ball from the sides. We kept pinging the balls even from a midfield to somebody who's not good with his head. What is the whole point of having a striker like Yorkeris? If you wanted to keep bringing those crosses into the box, why did you sub off Merino and keep Yorkeris up top? You could have subbed off Yorkeris for SA, put Merino up top, and then brought in Martinelli, somebody like that. Even that would have made sense. But no, the team still kept playing as if they were playing with a striker like I Havertz. 5 games in, six, seven, 7 games this season. No, 6 games this season we played, including Champions League, and still we're not making the changes to the style that we're trying to create for the team. Let's talk about substitutes later. I thought we'll talk about that once we come to that point. So that was one thing. Okay. Charles says my hunch is he spent hours leaning 1-0, 5-1 home games where City had possession, but Pep due to Thursday came prepared to play counter. Arteta just got the light bulb lit after 30 minutes and won. That is also fair to say. That is also fair to say. Hello, stream started early. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Stream started early. Stream will be on for maximum one more hour because I have to go somewhere very, very important. And I thought it's only fair that if I started at least half an hour back, I will have that time in case the stream goes beyond 1 hour to talk, if there is anything to talk about. Because honestly, it's just frustrating to like recollect and talk about this game. It's just like, yeah, it is what it is. The ball carrying and creativity y'all would get with Eze would be insane. Absolutely. The second half, the moment Eze came on, was completely different. Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's what. Yeah, yeah, that's what. We'll come to the substitutes in a bit. I thought we'll talk about the rest of the midfield. I thought we spoke as Rice and Merino and Zubimendi equally when needed because we kept trying to ping balls within the midfield, and that's how we built the stat that we had position. Because if you look in the first half, I think we had 0 shots on target, and Man City had 3 shots on target in spite of having less possession. What is the whole point of possession when you can't create anything out of it? It was back to those lockdown days where we had possession but we didn't do jack shit. We kept passing sideways. It was like Partey would get the ball, pass it to Xhaka, Xhaka would pass it to somebody on the left, back to Xhaka, Xhaka to Partey, Partey to the Saka, Saka back. It's basically all sideways back passes and all of that. Nothing that is effective with the ball. And coming to our attack, Trossard, Mr. Leandro Trossard, I will not slate you if you are a substitute, because as a substitute you are absolutely insane, right? The way that you can strike the ball, insane, incredible. But please, Mikel Arteta, when will you understand that Trossard is not a starter? It almost feels like if Trossard scores a goal, that we'll have to live with it, the fact that he was going to start the next game. And he will not do good once he starts. He's not, he's, at least for this Arsenal, I don't think he's effective as a starter. I think he's still very, very good coming off the bench. Yeah, it is what it is. What is Barani says? The reason why I said I feel we might lose and my prediction came true. It's a different city. We don't mind sitting. Wait, who don't mind sitting back? Haaland and Gigi are two monsters in a box. We will come to. That's what I thought we can talk about the Gigi side of things, Don Thomas side of things once we talk about our substitutes because a lot has changed. once we brought in a substitute as well. But you're right, Haaland has changed the way he's played this season. I've seen instances where he doesn't need the physicality to dominate a game. He just has that extra yard of space that he creates himself to 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 have an advantage over attackers or even when trying to counter. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Varane. Coming to Noni Madueke, I want to say he had a decent game, but I felt he was again the same narrative that has been going on. He's good, but very wasteful. Yes, he's had an injury. That is why I can't wholeheartedly say that he's had a very average game. I would just say he's fine. Let's just say that. Vijay, where's Havers? By the way, he's I guess he's back in this. Did miss something like he's again injured. What? Havers is back but injured again. What do you mean? Huh? I don't know. I didn't understand what this means. Arteta's squad selection is questionable, quite rigid. Absolutely. Because how are you having a player like Emirates as a on your bench and having zero creative midfielders on in your starting 11? If Odegaard was starting and Eze was on the bench, I will be like, okay, fine, whatever. But even Odegaard was not there. Forget on the pitch, not forget even the bench. He was not there even the match squad, and yet Eze was there on the bench. While we have zero creators on the pitch, dude, Arteta obviously not listening. Nobody's going to clip this and send it to him either. I back you, man. You are a great manager. You made Arsenal very competitive after so many years. Such decisions are the only reason why you are not able to probably get to the next phase of things, that is winning trophies, or even take the risk to be somebody great. It's not like you do not have the fire. All your firepower was there on the bench. What was the need of having such firepower on the bench when you know Man City are probably knackered after their game on Tuesday, on Thursday? They didn't have much recovery time, and they're traveling that to the to the Emirates. Not like it was played at the Etihad again. What was the need of being so defensive? What is the need of having Eze on the bench? Like, oh, yeah, I probably will be going through the same thing again. Me seeing the same bullshit from yesterday on Twitter, on Instagram, with my friends, and I can hear today the same thing. I think Nelly is also good with those cameos off the bench, super sub appearance. Maybe that's what. Absolutely. The one thing I really appreciated yesterday was the fact that Martinelli was on the bench and not as a starter. But also, I'll come to his performance or his substitution at the same time. Just give me some more time. We'll talk about one other performance, and I thought we can go ahead. But yeah, it is what I thought. He came from an injury. My bad. Havertz? No. If Havertz was available, I'm sure he would be at least on the bench or something. But nothing had happened there. Arteta isn't helping Madueke by asking to make chip crosses all the time. He's playing this percentage game by asking the ball to be in the air, so it's easy to win back, and that doesn't help Gyökeres. Oh, okay. I didn't think it on this way. I really didn't think it of in this way. One second. Uh, Bala. Sorry. A lot of things are going on. I had to see it. I thought it's something, but it's fine. It's completely fine. Yeah, okay. You're absolutely right here. Oh, sorry. I don't think he's been asked to do that because this inconsistency or him going with the right foot has been even at Chelsea, if I'm not wrong. Because I watched him at Chelsea multiple times, more than what I wanted to. But even there also he used to use a lot of his right foot in creating those chances when his preferred foot has always been the right hand side. The chipped and everything could be something that you are right about. I'm not sure of it, so maybe you're right in that way. This is a new mantra, bro. Start the game with controllers, finish the game with finishers, and that is how it is, at least for the first period of hard games, till October 6th, next international break. Hmm. You think so? You really think so, man? If that is the case, Newcastle, oh god, oh god. Was in Newcastle, we're absolutely finished, man. With Tonali. eh, Oh God, we have Tonali, we have Jolinton and Gimenez running at us, and assuming that Merino, Price, and Zubimendi will be there. We'll talk about that game on Friday. Like, why to lose our heads over it right now? Right? Why bother? My point is, if crosses on the floor, then Gyökeres has a chance to do something. But chip crosses help Merino and Havertz, but not Gyökeres. It is something Saka and Gabby used to do too. Right. Absolutely. This is what I was talking about some time back. I think you were part of the discussion, or you were there when I said all of this at the same time. What is the whole point of crossing into the ball, crossing the balls in the air when you have a striker who's not good in the air? It's always as if like we're still playing where we have Merino or Kai Havertz as a striker and not Victor Gyökeres as a striker. That is the irritating point. That is absolutely the irritating point. I hope, I really hope by December we sort it out and we start to play to Gyökeres' style, because there is no point in having a striker like Gyökeres and still play as if we are having a striker like Kai Havertz or Merino in as a forward. So yeah. Let's look into our substitutions. Quickly, we can talk about Mosquera. I didn't think he had much to do, so there's not much to talk there. Ethan Veneri, I thought Ethan Veneri had a decent few minutes. I thought he would succumb to the pressure that Man City could potentially put, and I thought he did all right. I felt he did bunch of nice shimmies to get rid of the pressure put by Man City, especially with Savio coming and even Doku putting pressure. Doku putting pressure. I thought he did really well to evade that and put in the passes into our midfield. Right. I thought he had a decent cameo. At least that was a proper cameo to judge something rather than Mosquera. So let's not talk about Mosquera, because Mosquera is Mosquera. The way the number of games that he's played, there's nothing much to talk about. So I thought Ethan Veneri had a very good cameo in my opinion. We'll talk about the other three substitutions once I take the rest of the comments. Which is with Eze, when Eze played the lob, I saw Nelly taking good run, but that finish was smooth, to be honest. Praying for that, not a goal line clearance. Bro, I was like, wait, I do know. First of all, that run was sensational. That cross was sensational. The chip from Martinelli was like, wow. The ball crossed, and I was still not celebrating. I was still checking, is it going to be offside or not offside? Because it was that crucial in the game that we needed this ball to go in, and that to him being onside, right? So once the ball went in, I celebrated it like it was we are winning. But in all honesty, we should have gone back and tried to score another goal, because we almost not yeah we almost scored multiple times. But again, we'll talk about the three substitutions at great length if given the time, once I take the rest of the conversation or the rest of the comments. Newcastle game will tell me much more about Arteta and the team. If Arteta starts Merino instead of Eze, he's stupid. Fair enough. Absolutely right. Fair enough. Same feeling, man. So tends to be honest. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I do not know if you discussed this, but we were lucky to draw. Haaland got a knock or something and asked to be subbed off, or City would have scored second before we equalized. Huh. So when I started this team, I said the same thing. I don't think we are happy that we got a draw. We are lucky to get a draw. Man City also, I mean, to be honest, Man City had one chance, and after that, they didn't create much to say that, oh, they deserve to win the game. But I just talk from an Arsenal perspective. I don't think it was. Uh, yeah, it is our fault from the beginning to be in the situation to make it hard for ourselves and just crumble under the pressure. And it was just stupid. Overall, just stupid. Uh, the squad selection, in my opinion. Also, City highlight in instinct and trauma brain fart help us. Don't trauma brain fart? Okay, probably, I guess so. But I don't want to. I want to praise Martinelli here, our team, rather than saying that Man City had a brain fart moment. So yeah, it is what it is. I never thought Pep is capable of this much harm. Fair enough, man. I really didn't expect that from him, but yeah, it is what it is. Ainsley says, honestly, don't y'all think Ethan Vanity close control is something y'all can use against low blocks in between the lines? Good point. Now that you brought it up, this was another substitution. I thought if he was a little bit more daring, he would have honestly made it. I think he would have made this substitute a lot more sooner than the 84th minute that he was brought on. Right? Speaking of things that could have been made earlier, apart from Eze's and Saka's substitution, I thought Martinelli could have come on in the 65th minute itself, at least in the 65th minute. I thought 80th minute was too late. Luckily, we got the goal and we equalized, but I thought the substitution for Martinelli was too late. I think on my group, on the group chat that I'm part of, I've said that what is the whole point of bringing in Martinelli this late? Might as well not bring him on, right? What is the whole point of bringing him this late? Because Man City were looking to be defensive as soon as possible, and those substitutions came on like in the 70th minute or something like that. If Martinelli was brought in the 65th minute, it would have been whole lot different in the way we try to score a goal. I'm not saying that we will score the goal and win the game. I'm just saying with Martinelli being there in the 65th minute onwards, we would have tried to make we would try to score goals in a different way altogether. That's what I felt as well. So yeah, that's what. Forget tactics, Arteta's mentality, and all that topics. Mourinho shouldn't have started purely because he played 90 minutes on both games in a week. Hmm. This is nice. I did not think of it in this way. You are right. Yeah, true, true. The reason he came on for Timber was because he saw Haaland had come off for another centre back, so they didn't have any outlet. Hmm. Okay, maybe, yeah. Hmm. True, true. Now, speaking about these two substitutes that we wanted from the get-go was Eze and Saka. The moment Saka and Eze came in, you saw the way we were attacking, right? Within the first 5 minutes, we had at least two, three shots. At least two, three shots. One shot was Eze first shot, which got saved by Don Roma. We had one from Saka as well, where he didn't look like he came off an injury. It almost felt like he was there on the bench raring to come from the get go. It almost felt like he was being ready forever. It didn't look like he came off any injury. The way he twisted, turned, made those intelligent passes, the way he used his body to, it was such a Saka performance. We just hoped that it came with some fruit in the end. That is in case of a goal or like if we won the game because of such a substitution like Saka coming in, right? What had happened was same thing. He won the ball, he got the ball. Again, he used to ping it in the air. While we had a striker like Gyökeres. Why? Again, Saka had been off the team for like a month and a half right now. So expecting him to, be good from the get-go was not right. At the same time, expecting him to put in the crosses for Gyökeres kind of player is also not right when we honestly didn't do much as a team in trying to change the way we created chances for our striker. Whereas Eze, the moment Eze came in, we saw him break down Man City's midfield in terms of him dribbling past the midfield or in terms of him creating those line breaking passes from the midfield. At the same time, we saw him even nullify the likes of Tijani when Tijani was the most effective midfielder in that team. I thought Rodri was just a passenger in that team. I don't think he was even visible for majority of the time. I just felt like he was just there because why not, right? That's what has happened. The way Eze bodied Tijani or even Bernardo or Rodri, got the ball, ran with the ball, carried the ball into good spaces, laid off to our attackers up front or even to the sides, even to Saka. The link up between Eze, Saka, and Timber was very, very good. That is what we've been craving for. That is what had it still baffles me how a player like Eze was on the pitch when we didn't have any creators on the pitch. It still doesn't make any sense. I, it's just beating an empty vessel at this point. There's no point. I guess. What more can I talk? There's no. Yeah, it'll go. If you guys have anything else to add regarding this game, let me know. I'll take it up. If not, we can talk about the rest of the fixtures and then we can wrap it up as soon as possible. Maybe talk a little bit about FPL because FPL was again horrendous this game week for me. So yeah, do let me know if you guys have something to add. Then we can take it up. Yeah. I think Eze should start in cam or offensive attacking sentiment from now on instead of Merino's, cause Rice and Zubimendi are there to take care of that. Fair enough, absolutely, man. Absolutely. If Odegaard is there, Odegaard. If not Odegaard, then at least Eze. If Odegaard and Eze on the pitch, sure, why not? Definitely. If you notice closely, the last 25 minutes, Eze moved left mid and Rice moved R. Yeah, yeah, he did. Initially, Eze was more on the right hand side of the thing. Then he moved to the left hand side of things. Also, I think that is also slightly because of the fact that Martinelli played on the right hand side and Saka came on the left hand side and was started to do his thing from the left hand side of things. Could that be another reason? Probably. But one really important thing that I want to talk about, and mind you, this is not me slating any other player in this team. That Martinelli run would have gone ineffective if it was anybody else on that pitch. I don't think that pass would have gone to Martinelli if it was any other person on that pitch other than Eze. We've seen similar runs from Martinelli like this. Forget this season. Last season, when we played Madrid, there were runs, but luckily a ball was put in, and that's why he got that goal. We've seen such a run against PSG. We've seen such a run against Liverpool. In we've seen that same run against Liverpool. This thing when we faced whom? Yeah, when we faced them at Anfield. Similar runs were made, but the ball was not put into him. I do know. I've said on this channel itself some four streams back where I said if you're ready to sell Martinelli, I'm more than happy because there is no point in having such a player not utilized properly. When a player is making such a run and ball not put in for him, the team needs to look into it as well. Because if Eze didn't make that pass, that risky pass to Martinelli, we probably would not have seen that at all. Right? Also, for a fact that Martinelli as a super sub is the way to go, probably to build his confidence. Maybe eventually try him as a starter against smaller teams where he doesn't have to do too much. Maybe develop him into the striker role or that inside forward role rather than the touchline winger that he is not. Something needs to happen. For now, him as a super sub is something that we have to go to, like how Sanchez says. Martinelli has emerged as a super sub because of his pace. He plays great when he's running on the shoulder. Absolutely, I completely agree. He's made it. Yeah, exactly. Even Saka played on the LHA side. True, true, true. That's it. I have to add regarding the Man City game. The more we talk about it, the more we get frustrated. And I don't think it is going to be helpful for anyone on this team. So, yeah, we can swiftly move forward. Oh, we do have somebody. Okay, if you guys want stats, yeah, this one. Opposition box play, we had Calafury had more touches. Again, was it of any use? I didn't think so. We had SA. This stat completely sums up the entire game that Arsenal lagged or missed out in. Not Arsenal, I would say Arteta missed out in the entire first half. SA generated more expected assists than any other player during that Arsenal vs Man City game, and he only came in the second half. Yeah, it is. It has been like that. But yeah, let me add in one of our panelists, Rahul. Rahul, are you still there with us?
Yes, hello, hello, hello. Hello.
You did message me. Did you message me that you were coming? Because I didn't see that, and I just one second.
No, I thought we would start at that 8:45. I didn't know that we started at 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. My bad, my bad. But I thought on the group I texted saying that we'll start at 8 o'clock itself.
Yeah, WhatsApp is on my other phone, right? So I
Uh-huh,
don't use that phone too much.
fair enough, fair enough. Okay. Do you have anything to add regarding the Arsenal game, or shall we just quickly go into the rest of the fixtures?
I don't know how useful of a panel member I would be, especially regarding other fixtures. I have not watched any of the games. But
Mm-hmm.
regarding the Arsenal match, firstly,
Yeah.
I just want to I want to get information on
Hmm.
how long is Madueke out.
Okay.
I just got to know he got injured.
Yeah. So Madhuvik is injured. It is not an ACL injury, so that is good. The other thing
Hmm.
is that they have not mentioned for how long it is. It could be for probably 3 weeks or probably even 6 weeks. So that I'm not sure. Nothing has been said yet, so there's no information regarding that.
It's good that Saka is back.
Yeah, dude, Arsenal in the first 5 game weeks that we have played, five, four,
Yeah, yeah,
five,
five, five,
yeah,
five.
5 game weeks that Arsenal have played. First match, after the first match, we lost Havertz and Saka.
Mm.
Second match, we've lost Odegaard due to injury. Third match, we lost who? Yeah, against
Saliba.
yeah, we lost Saliba. In the fourth match, we lost Odegaard again, and in this match, we lost Madueke.
This
Like,
full witchcraft, man.
yeah, I swear, dude. Like, every game week, one or the other Arsenal player have to, and it's not like a bench player is getting injured. By the way, it is our main players who are getting injured, and our players becoming our main players. The whole reason why we bought bench is to help our main team not become the main team, and it's
Mm.
just like, yeah, it is what it is, dude. So yeah, yeah. I hope that helps in whatever you wanted to say going forward.
So we'll see Eze more in the central role now,
Hmm. Hopefully.
which is good.
Hmm.
He showed his quality against City as well.
Hmm. Hmm.
I hope Martinelli starts getting first team minutes over Trossard,
Yeah.
but let's see.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Arsenal play who the next game?
Next game we play Newcastle.
Another game like this one, low block.
Eh, Low block. I wouldn't say low block. They're more like at your face. Like they just physically like, try to dominate you all the time. I don't think they're like low block. Low block. They're like How
But
do we?
I think they would, like Eddie Howe would recognize how City played, right?
Hmm.
There's
Hmm.
a reason Pep played it, so other team would try to copy it this season.
Absolutely.
Because if
Yeah.
Pep is doing it, there must be a flaw in Arsenal's lineup.
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, if Eze starts proving himself against low block,
Hmm.
then other teams won't copy it, right? Because I'll give you an example with how teams approached Motta last season
Hmm.
at
Hmm.
Juventus. So
Hmm.
first 2 game weeks, teams didn't know how to play against Motta, so we were winning the first 2 games. We even beat Como, who wanted to play on the front foot, right? As
Hmm.
soon as one team played with 10 men behind the ball,
Hmm.
we couldn't break them down
Hmm.
because we had no ball playing defenders, so our defenders had to stay back.
Right.
So you are attacking 8 versus 10,
Hmm.
and if they take our winger and the central progression is not there,
Hmm.
so we drew so many games.
Right.
Every team started copying that against us, and
Hmm.
you just sit back and hit us on counter.
Hmm.
And because Bremer is not there, so our defenders are not that pacey.
Hmm.
So you could get goals against us, you could draw, and you could even win. So I think I would see more teams playing like Pep did against Arsenal this season.
Hmm.
But let's see, let's see. If
I,
Eddie Howe still plays that
hmm.
mid block and be physical against Arsenal,
Hmm.
and he has had successful results doing that,
Hmm.
so it'll be fun game.
So thing is that the mid table and lower teams always try and play low block against us. That is the whole reason why we drop a lot of points to the mid table teams or to the lower half of the teams, and why we win against, or like we don't lose against the top 6 teams and like that. But now Pep has also gone in that way. So I mean, and Eze has shown that one long ball to break that backline can help Arsenal. If that is something that is encouraging.
Yeah, but they were not risking it. City were risking it a bit, right? Because
Hmm.
they had a high line at that point. That is
Ex-
why the long ball worked. They're
Exactly.
not boxed.
Mm-hmm. I was surprised if they played a high line at the same time, tried to play a low block. I do not know what was happening there, but yeah, just one long ball and it changed. Luckily, it turned out to be a goal, but yeah, it is what it is. Uh, and also, Barani said, do you know what this means? More minutes for Dorman. Probably. Or maybe we could see a lot more
Hopefully, I
involvement.
want to see this guy play. Right? I've
Uh-huh.
heard so many things about him.
Yep. He is a guy, man. 15 years old. He played in the under 21s 2 days back. He's the youngest to score in an under 21 game as a 15-year-old, which I think he broke another former academy player of Arsenal, Reece Nelson's record, which is I think
Uh,
much more high. But yeah, it is what it is. He's a sensational player who could create difference for Arsenal. Let's just see how it happens. With that atmosphere, a low block will be hell. Yep, yep.
and
Don't
they
have
got pacey players to play on the counter as well.
exactly. Yeah. We'll look into the rest of the fixtures for this game week. Man's Did you get a chance to watch the United versus Chelsea game?
Last 15-20 minutes.
What did you think about that game? The last 15
I
minutes.
did not know what was happening. Meme defending versus meme attacking.
Ha ha ha. Exactly. This
What?
game, yeah, go on, go on.
No, no, no. I was asking what were your thoughts on it.
Oh, this game I watched it out of pure vibes too because I have Chelsea fans who I have Chelsea friends. I have friends who are Chelsea fans who said, this is the moment that we have to win against Manchester United. They are so low, they're out of confidence. This is the first time we can go and win we can win at Old Trafford. This is our moment and blah 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 blah. The fact that they drew against Brentford last game week, the fact that they lost against Bayern in the UCL fixtures, and then they were like, "This is the moment that we need to bounce back and shit and whatnot." And then uh, Sanchez gets a red card, and then Maresca makes three substitutions. Was like to
Three
overcompensate for the,
substitution in minute 20 or something.
yeah, exactly, to overcompensate for the red card. He made three substitutions. Apparently, Cole Palmer was injured, so that was fair enough. He removed Pedro Neto, who's having a great time not getting injured, so he can run up and down and help help the team stretch the team as well. But that didn't happen. And then he removed one other player. Oh yeah, he removed Tyreek George. Tyreek George is a right wing who's played as a striker. So it was just like a whole lot of things were no wait. Tyreek George,
Direct job came on, right,
sorry,
as a
Tyreek George
substitute.
came on. Who was taken off? Who was taken off? Let me get my facts correct. Hmm, wait, who was Manchester United for Chelsea? Yeah. Hmm,
Santos Palmer,
hmm, timeline.
Neto, Dawson, Esteva.
Oh yeah, Estevea. Huh, yeah. Estevea. Yeah. He was subbed off at the same time. I was like, what just happened? Exactly. Yeah. The United Chelsea game was literally two clubs trying to punch each other. Absolutely. The worst football I've ever seen this season. Should have watched some raindrop memes instead. See, I enjoyed it because my roommate is a United fan. He is like, this is the moment we need to go win.
Watching it with a United fan would have been so fun.
Oh yeah, it was pure comedy. It was pure. I liked it because I had nothing on the line. At the same time, it was good entertainment. Both teams got red card. Nobody knew how to play football, and the fact that Chelsea's creativity came from Reece James, and United's defensive ability came from the fact that these guys couldn't. These guys didn't have to defend against any attack that Chelsea had was the funniest thing that I watched. So in that way, I had a lot of entertainment. Um, Moving on, did you watch the Brighton Spurs game?
Is Luke not here? I would have loved to hear his thoughts
Yeah, I'm
on this
surprised
game.
Luke is not here, but yeah. Luke is not here, surprisingly. Did you watch the Spurs game or even the Liverpool game?
No, no, no.
No. Okay. In my opinion, Brighton gave up in the end, and then Spurs just came and got that late equalizer. I didn't think Spurs were a good. I just thought they were average, and then Brighton were just exceptional in the way that they attacked. But the Liverpool game, I'll just say nothing much. I'll just say congratulations, Liverpool, on winning the Premier League. You have,
Foregone conclusion. 15 points out of 15. 5 points ahead.
mm,
Got the best result out of City versus Arsenal game as well, which is a draw.
yep. And at the same time, they have everything riding their way. That is all I have to say. Make of that what you will. Amount of rain it poured, I thought it would be more. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. There's nothing much.
Liverpool have 15 points when Isak has not just bedded into the squad yet, and
Hmm,
Florian Wirtz is off form, you could say.
Off form is an understatement. Yeah, let's just say. Yeah, he's not found his grip, and the fact that Isak has not yet been involved is still very dangerous signs for the rest of the Premier League. Yeah. Also, we'll talk a little bit about FPL. Let me just share my screen. FPL. Yeah. So this is my FPL team for this game week. I removed Tijani. Sorry, I benched Tijani for Gyökeres. I thought we would do so much better with Gyökeres.
3 assists and 9 points.
Yeah, yeah. Basically,
Reinders did not play a good game, but he has 9 points.
Because he had defensive contributions at the same time he got bonus points as well, apart from the assists that he got. So yeah, it just yeah. Chelsea games
No, I
screwed me.
benched him as well, man, and I had Grealish or Dorian Wirtz in my team.
Mm-hmm. Grealish has been a disappointment since the moment I brought him. Probably it is time that I sub him off and hope that something happens. Salah was the obvious captaincy that I took. Kwanzaa, again, it's Aston Villa, man. What was I expecting? I do not know. Van Dijk, the whole reason I took Van Dijk is because of to check some other things, but I guess Liverpool's aura at this point is too strong for anyone to cause any.
No, Van Dijk is a good player to pick in FPL. I've had him since game week 1,
Mm,
and he's provided me with consistent points.
Fair enough. Mateta luckily didn't disappoint me. He scored that goal in West Ham. But again, it's West Ham, right? So we'll have to see next game what changes I'll make. So yeah. Any teams that you guys want me to look into? Maybe I can do that right now, and then we can wrap it up. By the way, from top 10, I fell to top 50, and now I'm out of top 100 also. I'm 101
What?
right. Yeah. I'm at 101. Who's K Fasu? 62 points. Haaland
He's
captaincy.
got 11 points over the second place as well. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And look at his bench. He has 16 points on the bench.
And NFC frame form.
Uh,
Should I get kudos in? This guy's getting points nearly every week.
Why did he get points this game? Okay, 2 assists, that's why. And the thing is that he's not consistent. Maybe that is the whole reason. Um, Vijay asked how to change. Okay, I don't think you can change formation. This is how you change formations, right? See, if you bring an extra attacker from the midfield, then it becomes like a 3-4-3. If you bring in extra defender instead of an attacker or a midfielder, let's say an attacker like Yorkeres or
No,
something like
can
that.
we get 4 attackers,
No, you can't have four strikers.
including one on the bench? You can't have that.
Yeah, including the bench, you can have only three attackers. Three strikers. Yeah. Mm, which other team can we look at? Let's look at Salman's team. Do we have Salman's team? Um,
Oh, he's on 8th.
yeah,
Wow.
yep. So, Ronaldo is the one who gets a red card. He gets -2 there. And fair enough. Who else does he have? Josh King is a very good prospect. Rahul, in case you want to look into some young profiles in the Premier League, he's a very good prospect. In case you want to look into it, Josh King. Semenyo has been on it from game week 1, man. From game
Yeah,
week
yeah,
1, is like so good. Did you have Semenyo by the way in your team?
yeah. I have some since game week 1.
Okay. What is your team?
I'm on 38th right now.
30. Okay. Damn, 51 points. Mateta, you captain Mateta. Okay. Semenyo, Wits, Grealish. Okay. And nah. The moment Ange came, I think people have to remove
Hmm.
Forest this thing. Livermento, nice. Magi, nice. But why? Oh, you got an assist as well. Damn. Okay. D. Cooper, Timber, Tijani. You got Tijani on your bench as well. Ah,
I
man.
have to get Salah in somehow. So I'm thinking
Mm,
Endoy and Grealish out, maybe Reinders out. I've got
mhm.
transfers, 2 or 3 transfers left. Yeah, 2 transfers.
Wait. You made two transfers this game week, or is this for next game
No,
week?
no, I have 2 left, I think.
Okay. You took.
Yeah, I did 5 and got a -16.
Uh,
I,
uh, uh,
I had to refresh my squad at that in that game.
okay. Fair enough. First game week, how much did you have? 79. God damn. Okay, nice consistency only you're showing. Any other team that want me to look into? I don't know. Let me know, or we can just wrap it up. Because I got to go somewhere. Oh. Oh, let's look at Raja's team. Where's Raja? Raja's. I just saw Raja somewhere here.
Josh
Uh,
King is 18 years old. Wow.
yeah, yeah, that's what I said. Young prospect. That's why I mentioned him. In case you want to look into him. Picked Iwobi. He played a good game, I guess. Oh yeah, yeah. He had an assist and a goal, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Oh, Raja had Sanchez. Oh God, -3. Goal conceded and red card. 35 points. Petrovic. Oh, this guy had 11 points on the bench. Fair enough. And he captained Eze. Sucker. Uh, yeah. Anyways, that's it
Sorry.
for our stream. I got to go. That's why we had solid stream. I think I think Dutch Bro is still streaming with Ash. If you guys have, if you guys want to look into great content, do check out their channel. I think he's still streaming. Do check it out. Yeah, that's it from us. We'll be back on Friday, hopefully, if all things go well. We'll see you soon. Till then, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Bye bye. Take care.
I